How you doing all? And welcome to 2025. How you all doing? Happy New Year to everybody in the side shot. So let's just give a few people a bit of a shout out. So we've got Bailatron. We've also got I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know how you pronounce that. Lownut. I'm going to say Lownut. That's it. We've also got Haggis Whisperer, White Rock Rider, Paul Sparrow, No Biker. You know, we're having a couple jumping now. John Pell, Todge 29. There you go, John. That'll do, John. Excellent. Andy GSA Tractor as well. So yeah, I hope actually everybody's had a really good New Year. Oh, who's slipping in here? Who's that? Zed as well. Oh, Robert Munro as well. How you doing? So yeah, so basically tonight I thought I'd just jump on a live. Lumpy Carbs. That's a great name, Lumpy Carbs. Yeah. So I just thought I'd do a live as like I did Christmas Day because I'm on my own. So I thought, why not? If not, why not? So I've actually sent a few people a few invites. Some can make it, some can't make it. But the ones that can make it, thank you to the lads who are going to be coming on. So really appreciate it, taking the time and the effort. Who's put a thumbs down? Is that me? So yeah. But right, let's bring them in and let's get it kick started. So we've got Stevie Exeter Rider. How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, mate.
Hello, mate.
Good. We've also got Graham. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year, lads.
Thank you. And we've also got No Biker. How you doing? Okay, you okay?
Happy New Year. All well, mate. Hope you're doing
good.
Well as well.
All good. So we got just crack straight off the bat. Has anybody got any New Year resolutions, or do you believe in any New Year resolutions? The only one I've actually got is, there you go, straight away shaking the head. The only one I've got really, it's not a New Year's resolution, but after the 4 or 5 months I've had, I basically just need to do a complete reset. So I'm actually gonna do the 100 days, the 100-day challenge. I believe Really Good TV is doing it as well. Dave Perry, Really Good TV is going to be doing it as well. So so all that is basically 100 days without beer. But what that will not allow me to do, but within that 100 days, I want to sort my fitness out. Not get back to a gym as in pumping weights and this, that, and the other, but just basically get a bit of fitness in, lose a bit of timber. Within doing that, obviously I'll start my new job, so I'll be in a bit of a routine within that as well. Hopefully that'll help the old noggin as well, the old mental health. So yeah, it's it hopefully it should be good. Should be.
So
good.
It's 100 days without beer.
Yeah, 100 days with no alcohol.
So just gin and whiskey then.
No, it's alcohol.
You cheater.
Yeah, all trying to find a ciders buffer here.
You said no beer. I'm just making sure I understand. It's no alcohol. Okay.
Well, on that note, I think I'll crack one open then. Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year.
Good luck with that, Peaky.
Yeah. So I'm So I literally
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. So for me, it's literally all it's going to be is like a reset. Really, I need to give my body a break because over the last 5-6 months, I've just been absolutely smashing the beer down, mate, because just feeling crap and what's gone on with my personal life. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just feel like I need this time off. I need this for me, kind of almost.
Yeah,
Just to say,
I think it's brilliant. It's great. Yeah, we'll back you all the way on that one, Peaky.
Yeah,
definitely. Can I just make a little plug here? You were talking about Dave for Really Good TV. There's a Moto Vloggers Unplugged tomorrow night with him. That'll be on tomorrow night.
Brilliant.
Oh, that'll be good.
It's quite a long one because you know what he's like when he starts talking. It's just.
Is he worse than me, is he?
He was much longer than you. He doesn't know it, but I missed a couple of questions out.
Is that on your channel, Graham? What time is that?
I think it's 6 o'clock tomorrow night. It comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, on my channel. Yeah.
Is it live or is it just a recording?
No, it's pre-recorded.
Okay.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah. So if you've not seen Graham's Moto Vloggers Unplugged, it's really good. He has like a is it eight subjects with 3 questions in each subject kind of thing?
Yeah, I've kind of changed it now. There's no sections now. It's just roughly 20 questions now. I've changed them slightly for him because he's into the kind of, he's a cameraman. So I've went into the settings of a camera into a wee bit more detail to see what he uses. So
yeah,
I'll
look forward to that.
Yeah, I'll tweak them each, depending on the person. I'll tweak them slightly now, I think, just to suit that person's channel, but not by much, just a little.
Yeah, it's good though. If you ain't seen it, it's really good because it's like short and sharp, and you know what I mean. It's not, it's not like this where you're on an hour, or like with Teapot One where you brew time, you're listening for 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's usually about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was going to say when I had mine, I got to half an hour and I thought there's so much more you want to talk about. But as I said to you, Graham, you've done the right thing. Keep it at half an hour so people know what they're going to get. Because if you start making it longer, an hour, that's a bigger ask then for people. But it's a very, very good format that you've got there. I think it's fantastic.
Good. The first one was Peaky's. That was the longest one, but that was the first trial. That was like 50 minutes or something like that. But that's my fault, not his. But just the way I had laid out the questions and things. I think Dave from Really Good TV gets to about 40 minutes. I think maybe.
Was he?
But he doesn't know. But I missed a couple of questions out. So.
Yeah.
Well, also, at the end of the day,
there was just the one question in 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he only said hello. Graham said hello, and then it was Dave.
You know what happens when you get an Irishman and a Scotsman in the same room?
Yeah, he's great, Dave. I love Dave. Honestly, I've got a lot of time for Dave. He's a good bloke. Genuinely, a good lad. But yeah, it is a good format, that is, because you know what you're getting. Like I say, when we did ours, when I did the first one with Graham, you don't know how much in depth to go in the question because it was the first one. We don't know what the kind of format was. Where now you've got it down to a T now. Like say half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour. I think that's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So
you'll see in the chat there that Belatron's saying I'm looking forward to being on there. So he's getting interviewed tomorrow. Belatron. Right. So he'll be on a future one as well.
I like it that they're quick fire questions as well. They're not the sort which you can elaborate on unless you want to, like I did, and I expect Dave did, and Peaky did. But they're quick fire questions, and that again works.
Yeah, what I was trying to do was trying not to make it anything like brew time. I didn't want people thinking, no, that's just the exact same as what Bruce does. So that's why I've come out with that format.
It's great.
It is a good format, and it does actually work really well. Do you know what I mean? I quite like them kind of formats. It's like Bruce's Brew Time. I actually prefer to watch the actual Brew Time rather than his actual main channel.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? And that's just me. I've known Bruce a long time, but that's just me. I quite enjoy the sitting there and that person opening up about all kinds of different stuff, from family to life in general, to biking, to how they got into vlogging or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I just find that stuff really interesting.
Yeah, I do too. And I think the good thing with what Bruce does, and to an extent what I've done before as well, is that you peel back the layers. It takes somebody an hour to settle in, really, you know, because you're kind of buzzing, aren't you? Like when I was on with Graham, I'm kind of thinking, right, you know, what's next? But with the brew time, you get time to sit back, and then you get into a flow, and then you start peeling back the layers then. So, but, you know, both good ways of doing it. But I think Graham's does suit the YouTube format, because people don't really stay on for much longer than half an hour anyway, do they?
Yeah,
you know, even watching videos. So it's got to, you got to feed them, and yeah, very good.
Yeah, some of teapots are like 4 hours long, aren't they? They're marathons.
With Mossy,
yeah.
I mean, when we did ours, when I did mine with Bruce, it was about 5.5 hours I was doing it for, and then we ended up then, like I say, you chopped a good 2 hours out of that. There was stuff that I started talking about, and then afterwards I was like, right, you need to cut that out. You can't put that. You can't put that in. You know what I mean? So you need to cut that out. So, but yeah, it was. That's what I like. I kind of. I like that format. That whole sitting here and just having a chat, just talking, because you can, like say, you can gauge the person then, rather than watching a 10-minute video. But
I like that too, but I think it suits the podcast format, but it doesn't suit the YouTube format so much to have the longer conversations. For podcasts, I mean, depending on where I'm working, because I have to be a bit careful with the language, because I work in customers' houses, but when it goes on for 4 hours, it's fantastic, because if I'm tiling or building a brick wall or something, then it's ideal. I can just play it, and 4 hours goes by, and you got good, you know, good stuff in your head, haven't you?
Yeah. It's like, that's one of the reasons why I set up another channel, because after I spoke to Bruce, and like he explained about the formats and the way the analytics works and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, I don't mind setting up a brand new channel to do this, because this, for me, this is for fun. This I enjoy doing this. This is just like mates coming together and just having a chat for an hour. Do you know what I mean? You know, we'd always see each other from one ABR to the next, or 1 year to the next. Where now it's just it's nice just to get here and kind of shoot the shit and just crack on, have a laugh, have a joke, have a chat. And
the way I see it, Brian, it's just nice to sit down and have a beer with your mates, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, you're not drinking anymore, are you?
You watch end of January, I'll be a right boring bastard.
You're turning to me.
Oh man, but yeah, well, it's I do like that format.
Is it true? Is it true? I mean, do you have to drink? I don't normally drink, so
I only drink on lives.
Yeah.
See, I'll probably sound like I'm a pisshead. I enjoy having a beer. I enjoy sitting there having 5 or 6 pints, relaxing. That's what I like. You know, even if it's on a Tuesday, do you know what I mean, or a Wednesday, I'll sit there and I could quite easily have, you know, 6 or 7 pints every night if I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy the relaxation of it, and you know, I find I used to find.
Then that becomes you know, that's quite a bit. I find I'll have 1 beer, 2 beers, and doing a live stream, and that's kind of it. That's kind of it for me for the week. I'm quite happy to enjoy just drinking a cup of tea or even just drinking water, but you know, so it's not an issue to have one when I want one, because it's not like I'm, you know, every day I'm having 4 or 5. Yeah. So I think it's a good thing that what you're doing, Brian, in terms of you're setting yourself a thing and you're creating a new habit, and then it's just, once you finish that, is kind of how you're going to manage that going forward, right? Because if you do the 100 days and then you're desperate, and then immediately you just go back to having 4, 5, 6 pints every night just to relax, then it was all for nothing. But if you just say, look, I found out and I got a new habit and I don't need to drink every night, but when I want one, I can just have one, enjoy it, and be in control of it, then that's a great thing.
I think that's the problem. Like, you know, I can drink, and I know I can drink. Do you know what I mean? When we went to like the ABR festival, I can sit there drinking Guinness all night long, and still get up at 6 o'clock the next morning. And I just feel like I won't say I'm out of control or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like I need to have a reset. This is the opportunity now for me to, with the scenario that's gone on in my life, I need to have like a reset button and go, right, let's go back, let's stop,
yes,
have a think about it. Get like for example, like I've got a few things that I want to do, but I've got to get my own place. I've got to get out my sister's. I've got to get my own place in January. I need to get things in the house. If I move into a house, I ain't got a bed, I ain't got a knife, fork, spoon, I ain't got a towel, I got no cooking utensils, I got nothing. So the money that I'm actually saving on beer is going to be going into the house and stuff like that. So it's not just about the kind of I'm stopping drinking. I'm stopping drinking because, one, it's going to be good for me. Two, I'm going to start doing a little bit more fitness so I get fitter, healthier, hopefully, live a bit longer then. And with the money that I'm saving, it's going to go back into the house anyway. So it's kind of like I need these 3 months to almost push myself to the point where I'm set. I've got everything then. If that makes sense.
The way
I'm
that
all for it, mate. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like a bit of an asshole for having a beer now.
I'm not.
No, you're right.
The way I see it, Brian, is that it's an element of it makes you feel like you're getting control, doesn't it? With what you've been through, you're getting control and saying, "Nah, I'm in control here. I'm not going to go silly with it," and you're just getting control of life and what you have to do to move forward. Yeah, and that's great.
I've had beer in my life, all my life, in the army. You know what I mean? It's work hard, play hard. Do you know what I mean? So when you get the opportunity to have a beer, you have a beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
like
now I feel like I'm still in that mindset of I can't go out and have 3 or 4 pints and then come back home. I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm going out, then I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm getting hammered. Or if I start drinking, in the afternoon or over the evening, then I'll have like 6-7 pints and just carry on.
I think for our generation, it was a bit of a social pressure and social expectation that you'd have a drink.
Yes, very true.
If you don't have a drink, then you're strange. It's funny seeing the younger generation coming through. They are much less likely to drink, and actually much more likely to just choose not to drink.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's like my kids. Like they'll like my 2 oldest. They went out last night. They're hanging today, absolutely hanging today. But they probably will have a drink now for 2 or 3 months. And you just kind of like, I wish I had that kind of tenacity to kind of just go, yeah, I have a drink now for 3 months.
It's a very difficult thing. It's a very difficult thing. If everybody around you is drinking, and if they're saying, "What's wrong with you?" If you said, "I'm not drinking," and they'll go, "Oh, go on then," just the one. And what's wrong with you if you're not drinking? It makes it very difficult. We're social animals, and we want to fit in, right? So if everybody around you is doing it, then it becomes very hard to say no. Whereas for the younger generation, they have much more of like a respect that you're not doing it, and there's none of that pressure to drink. Whereas
they're more screwed on now, for sure.
Yeah. It's a different,
I think that's a good thing, because I'm sure we were all this. Oh, I can speak for myself, but when I was in my early teens, mid-teens, and up to about 23, 24, I was just going out getting slaughtered because that's just what you done. Nightclubbing 3 nights a week and still getting up for work in the morning. And it was actually hard work, isn't it? You miss out on a lot of stuff when you're just feeling ill all the time because you're drinking so much. But that's part of growing up. I wouldn't change it. But I'm glad that I think it is a forward step that the kids aren't doing that so much anymore, and they are a bit more boring.
No, and it's a good thing that you learn to control it. A lot of people don't, right? A lot of people just get into that, and if you have a predisposition, you can easily become an alcoholic, which is a bad thing.
Slippery road.
So yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic. Do you know what I mean? But I do like a beer. I do like to sit and have a drink. But yeah, I just think it's a good time now for me to kind of say, right, enough's enough.
100%.
Let
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
New
Very good.
year, new start, and all the rest of it, and let's get it cracked. And it's like, for me, I also think like it is a challenge for me. That will be a challenge for me not to have a beer. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of it, I know that then I could almost go. Now I'm in, I wouldn't say control, but I've done 3 months. I've done 100 days. I've done, you know what I mean? So I can pick and choose now if I want to have a drink or not. You might do it like what my sister did. My sister did it, and literally she carried on. She was like, I don't really need it. And I want a drink, then I'll have a drink up to that point. And she went about 5.5 months without having a beer.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
brilliant. It's very good.
As I was saying in the green room, I've not had a drink since ABR last year. It just doesn't bother me. Oh no, that's a lie. I was in a company night out. I had to drink then. But apart from that, nothing.
Yeah,
just doesn't bother me.
I think it's okay if when you drink, it's a choice you're making, and it's not because of peer pressure or because it's just a habit. You're thinking about it, and you're choosing to, and you don't have to if you don't want to. But when it becomes you feel strange if you don't, then that's when it's a problem, right?
Yeah. Like I say, mate, it's been as a lot of the lads in the side chatterers, and some of them ex squaddies, that it was the norm to sit and drink every single night. And then when you get out of the army, because you know nothing else, that's what you do. You just sit and drink yourself to fucking stupor. Do you know what I mean? But apart from that, I just want to get mentally and physically fit and just kind of shake this bad fucking aura I've got at the moment. Get it gone. Do you know what I mean?
That's good life goals, mate. That's good life goals. Go for it. Good life goals. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Andy Arabs here. How you doing, mate? You all right? Several times over the past couple of years, I've stopped drinking for a month. Yeah, I think it's one of them. I genuinely, it's hopefully it'll be easier than what I think it's gonna be. But yeah, just looking at a comment here, Andy JSI Tractor said he's booked to go to Spain. I think he said September or October or something like that.
Oh yeah, off again.
The ferry crossing's £1,000.
So right for some, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what.
It's funny. I saw a comment. I saw a post by somebody. I think it was on Facebook. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the groups, and they're saying they got like a Lavalier to Bilbao for like 400 quid, and Andy's paying 1,000 quid. That's quite a difference. I don't know if it's a particular weekend or time of year or the route or whatever. But but that's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, I priced up going from Plymouth to what's that one in Spain?
Bilbao.
You got Bilbao or Santander.
That's the one. But Santander. Yeah, wherever, one of them.
It's the same, right?
£700 return.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's 700 quid return.
Because you have to get a cabin as well, isn't it? For that?
Yeah, you have to have a cabin as well.
You do, yeah. Yeah, and I thought that was pretty good, really. I mean, I still, it's not going to happen, but for peak season, I thought that was all right. But it was an early bird special, so that's why that was.
Because the government are putting it up for the flights as well, aren't they? This year.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So they're putting another tax on that. So no, we're all going to be skint. The people who have got a money, who can get an holiday, they're going to get stuck as well. So, but that's one of the reasons why I go over on the tunnel. You can have a 5-day pass on the tunnel, and it's like 140 quid return. Do you know what
Right.
I mean? And you can,
Yeah.
you know, you mean 4 days, or you know, you got to be back within the 5 days. But I prefer the tunnel, if I'm being brutally honest. You get in there, stand up, have a chat to the bikers, get off, shoot off. 35 minutes, you've gone. Do you know what I mean?
That's the most convenient for me because I'm in London anyway, so it's not too far away at all. That's what I'm going to be doing.
That's the problem where I am, is that the tunnel, and Graham, of course, is just so far away. You know, you got a day or two. Well, it's a day, isn't it, to get there? But you, on a bike, you can't just sit down anywhere and have a kip, can you? You know, like you can in a car. If it's chucking down the rain or whatever.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I say, I want to do a few. Ross allowed to build a return with a cabin. You can get for as little as 139 in the right time of year. You're sleeping.
All right.
You've got a van, haven't you, EL?
Yeah. So Grab Dive is in Belfast, I believe.
You've got a van, right? You can put your bike in the van.
Yeah, I got a van, but I don't want to go in the van because it's really expensive then, isn't it? The whole point of going on a bike is just to save pennies, really.
Yeah, but then you're saving yourself on the tire and the wear on the bike, and you can have a rest and have a kit.
Yeah, it sounds great, but I think it's about double, isn't it? Pay double what you do on the bike.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's I saw Richard and Carol do that on one of their tours last year, I
remember that.
where they loaded the bikes into the van, took the auto route down, and then just got there and then got on the bikes, did a tour on the bikes, put it back in the van and drove back.
Yeah,
that's what me and Marcus did. God, Stevie, sorry.
It's fine, mate. That's all right. I got family in Dover anyway, so I could always dump the van off, get the bike out, and off I go. It's another option.
Yeah,
I'm talking like it's going to happen, and the odds of it happening are pretty zero. I'm always planning these big trips, and they just never happen.
Yeah.
Paul Sparrow's put a good comment in there. You're going to get a new electronic travel thing if you're going to go to Europe.
All right.
I don't know.
Passport thing.
Huh?
Like a passport or something, is it? Or...
No, so it's something. You have to register your details online before you go. So it's like a visa.
Okay.
It's like when the Americans have that as well. Anybody who's going to the US who's not an American citizen has to have like an electronic visa before they go.
Right. Trying to see the point of that, really. Surely, if you got a passport, then they log that anyway, don't they?
Yeah, but this is a pre before you travel. So they have this for they're introducing this for everybody who comes from outside the EU, just like the Americans have it for everybody who comes from outside the US.
Okay.
Yeah, the Americans call it the ESTA, electronic something. Yeah.
More red tape.
Go on.
Just me.
I thought I interrupted somebody. And Andy Tractor saying it's saying his last 5 years anyway.
Oh, fair enough.
David Gravy getting all passport. That's in the UK, in the EU, are they? Just travel from Ireland, you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ESTA. All right, I don't know about
that's the US one. That's the US one. It's called an ESTA.
Right.
So they've got to do it if they come into the UK as well. All right. I don't realise that either.
I think for me, because I haven't really been out that many places on a bike, I think I might as well just stay in England anyway, you know, or go up to Scotland, see Graham, go on tours, you know, go on the NC 500 or whatever. Do I really need to go abroad? It's unnecessary.
You don't want to do the NC 500.
No, I want your NC 500. Yeah.
It's jam packed. It's just camper van city.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
When we did when my group did the tour of Scotland in 2024, our ride leader said we're not doing the NC 500. We're doing part of it. I think up to Ullapool or something like that. Then a little bit further north up to I can't remember the name of the Cowskew. We went up to Cowskew, then turned around and went across. We didn't go past Cowskew and did the whole of the north coast. we kind of cut that out and cut
Yeah.
across, because he said after that it's kind of gets really boring, and then there's not a lot to see, and the roads are not that great. It's better to come across.
Castle
and we
Coombe.
had a great time.
Is it about Castle Coombe?
No, Kailescu.
Kailes Coombe.
Kaylesku.
Oh, Todd just
Bridge.
put it in there, Brian.
Never heard of it.
Kailesku it'll be.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. The very north coast of Scotland's quite flat. There's no mountains or anything like that up there. It is quite flat. Peaky will tell you he'd done it probably the most recent, didn't you?
Because you did the whole around the whole coast, didn't you, for your charity? Right.
Yeah.
That west. If I was going to go again to Scotland, one, I'd definitely get Graham to sort of knock another route up, because that one he did with us was absolutely fantastic, and it was also nice as well. Just riding up there, knowing that it had been sorted, and you don't worry about kind of where you're going, what you're doing, whether it's any good or not, or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we got up there and it was like, right, we're doing this doing this that day, doing this Sunday, and obviously we're coming back on Monday. But it was just nice to know that where we're going was from local knowledge, rather than you're doing the stuff that everybody else has done.
Yeah.
So
on the main roads and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, it was just really good. For me, I mean, I'll plan routes and stuff like that and do my own plan, but it was nice just to go up there and have kind of, I don't know where I'm going, don't know what I'm doing, what I'm going to see. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And I have said to Graham, I'm going to go next year. I'm going to do that next year again as well. Just kind of, I might do it over a long period though. I might have like a week up there or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
That's just putting me under pressure to find another 2 routes.
Graham was Sunday fall ill.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of mates. I've got a couple of mates who used to live in London and moved up to Scotland. One's in Glasgow, one's in Stirling, and they've been egging me to come to do the road rally.
Right.
In 2025. So I might come and do that. And they're almost locals now, so that could be quite interesting. So
what's that all about then?
It's like you get different stopovers and you earn points for doing certain stopovers.
Okay.
So you have to kind of calculate a route that's going to give you the most stopovers, and you can do it competitively, or you can just say, oh, I've never been to this bit. So it's a chance to kind of discover new places and new roads and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about having local knowledge, doesn't it? It's you know what I mean. When Graham did routes, it's local, so he knows that it's not the path well traveled by most bikers. You know what I mean? If you went up to Scotland, you wouldn't go to that Ben Lawyers, the dam. You wouldn't get to the Isle of Bute. You just wouldn't do it.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. At the end of my Scotland tour, I actually took a couple of days and I stayed and I visited with the Grey Wolf, and he took me around and showed me some local roads, which was absolutely stunning, fantastic. It was really lovely.
He's Perthshire, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's that Ben Lawyers dam behind you, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah, behind me. Yep. Mm-hmm. We were parked there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was phenomenal. That going up there that day, because like all you had was it's like single track road.
Yeah.
Just weaving up to it. You couldn't see it. You just weaving up this just like little country lane. You know what I mean? And then you got to the top, and then you seen that in front of you. It was almost like, man, that's
brilliant.
It was really good, really good at, like I say, when you park up, and we had a little walk round, and I mean, but it was also good because when obviously that was the first time ground anything, I believe, for a group. So like all as I said to him, because I had more routes, I'm like, right, chucking, make sure you're chucking like an hour for dinner. A 20-minute break here, 20-minute there, at least 2 or 3 20-minute breaks, coffees. Even if you don't have you know, you might have one of a morning and one of an afternoon, but if you've got a spare hour there, you can stop for a coffee. But it was absolutely planned perfect. We was at the door at like 9 o'clock of the morning. It was on the road, all fueled up, ready to go, and we was all back by like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. And it was.
Where did you stop off for dinner then? Was it calves or was it shops or fish and chip shops, something or what?
No,
what was it on the Saturday? It was on the Isle of Bute.
Yeah.
There was a cafe there.
Oh yeah.
The Sunday it was just a kind of generic cafe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just normal cafe.
Yeah. We don't seem to have as many cafes as you do down there.
Everywhere down here. Yeah.
I know we just don't seem to have that. So they're quite few and far between. But it was fine.
And a question I have got actually, when you went over to, sorry Brian, and when you went over to Isle of Skye and all that, is that a easy thing to do? Is there a ferry constantly going back and forward?
There's a bridge.
It was Isle of Bute.
Oh right. Bute, right.
Yeah, there's if you go down to Weems Bay, you can take a 30-minute ferry onto the island. And if you make your way up to the north of the island, you get a 5-minute ferry back onto the mainland.
Oh yeah.
But when you go to the half-hour one, you just pay for both there. So
I see.
It's easy enough when you go to the next.
But you don't
one.
have to book it. You're not under time pressure or anything.
No,
like
it's
that,
just turn up and go.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's one less thing.
If it's busy, you obviously have to wait to the next sailing, but they're half an hour apart.
What we're looking at, 20 quid or?
Oh, I know it was.
About 12 quid
for both.
Yeah, 12, 13 quid.
Oh, right.
Aye,
Get
for
on.
both. Aye.
So, but it was quite bad. Like Graham said there. So you go out for half an hour, and then the ferry back. It literally, you ride on your bike. By the time you got your bike up, they don't give you no straps and like sit on your bike. You literally it's like crossing a canal. You just go on the other, get off. Minutes, literally on there, minutes.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
I took a ferry across the Firth of Cromarty when we were there near Bewley, and it was like the smallest ferry I've ever been on. It was pretty much just a boat with an open back. We fitted our 7 or 8 bikes, and it was full. That was it.
Yeah.
And then as we were across, it started pissing down, and the wind picked up, and it said, "Hold on to your bikes, lads, because it's going to get a bit choppy." one guy on his BMW, his alarm kept going off.
It's when you kiss the ground when you pull up on the shore, isn't it?
Yeah. It was fun, but it was an adventure. I think it was who was this that said no road trip or no motorcycle adventure is complete without a ferry crossing. You got to do it.
Honestly, I was that was for me. Like I say, like on your live the other night, Steve. That was a real highlight for me to go into Scotland this year, and just me and Jack, you know what I mean. Just went up there, kind of a whim almost. We agreed a date, and that was it. Went up, rode up, and had two wicked days with the lads up in Scotland with some of the vloggers from there, and it was just really nice. It was just really relaxing. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, it was relaxing for me. It probably was relaxing for Graham because he was the one at the front leading. You know what I mean? Navigating, making sure that everyone's all right, and all the rest of it. Where usually for me, I'm the one doing that. Do you know what I mean? For me, I was just sat at the back, like thinking to myself, "I bet Graham's absolutely shitting himself."
The main reason I took you to the Isle of Bute was to do that wee serpentine road.
Yeah.
It was 14 switchbacks in about less than a mile or something like that. It's see if you go in Google Maps and look up Serpentine Road in Isle of Bute. Wait till you see this. It's crazy.
Oh, get on.
The incline, genuinely, the incline's like that on the road.
Yes,
it is, and you've got to be doing at least 15, 18, 20 mile an hour. You can't go any faster because of the cutbacks. You've got to be going that fast to keep your momentum, so your bike don't fall over. Because
I enjoy that sort of terrain.
Oh,
Mate, honestly,
I don't think I'll ever do that road on my bike again. That was terrifying. Honestly, was. I was like,
why was it terrifying?
It's so steep and it's so you get around one kind of switchback and then the next one's right in front of you.
Okay.
You've not got any time. It's just constant.
I reckon between the switchbacks is probably what 25 meters.
Aye, it's not far.
I'd say 25 meters.
So it's like hard not pass then.
No, it's steeper than hard not pass. It's steeper, I'd say.
Hard not.
And you just. How many is that? This is this like.
It's 14 or 15 switchbacks or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something
like that. You just zigzag like that, up it. You can when you're going up it, like the left, all the turns are negative camber, and all the right turns are positive camber when you're going up.
Great. I'd love
it's
that.
Wicked, honestly. It's proper good. If you've never done it, have a look at that Serpentine Road on the Isle of Bute. It was absolutely. It was just ice. I just you know like say because I didn't know preconceptions of where we're going. We got there. I was just like, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. But when you come back and you just got shed loads of footage because you just can't stop recording everything. Do you know what I mean? Every time you turn the corner, it's like, wow, look at that, look at this. And then you're trying to cut down into like a 10-minute video. You ended up doing about 4 videos on it. But,
don't I know that?
But it was just amazing.
My issue really is that I don't want to go up there and it be absolutely pissing down with rain. I know there ain't much you can do about it. I know it's going to get rain at some point. But if I went all that way, for my first big trip, and then it's kind of ruined and poor Graham's up in front thinking I didn't have to do this. How can I get rid of Steve? Did I
share a screen there?
No.
I think it's only the host that can do that, isn't it? Is it not? Or...
I think it's only me who can share the screen.
Share screen.
Hold on.
Right, so that's it there.
So that is the Serpentine Road.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So you start there.
Oh, it's a built-up area then?
Yeah.
So what's the point in doing that? Why didn't they have a straight road then? Strange question.
It's so steep.
You won't get up the fucking Steve, that's right.
Hill,
all right.
Well, you actually start from like this section here. You come off the ferry and you to this section here.
Long here.
Oh yeah.
This bit's
I'd love
crazy.
that. I would love that. I'd be well up.
It is proper. Excuse me. It is proper. Genuinely. And it's like because I had no like preconception of what you're doing. Right, I did. It was proper good. Really enjoyed it. And like I say, it was just nice not to have any stress. Graham had it instead.
At least it's not off road, Brian.
I'll start.
Getting you back for the Harley.
It was. I've put a couple of shorts out of when I hit the post because basically I go up this track, but what you don't see on the short there's a fire vehicle but as we was going up there, it pulled off. So I caught the farm vehicle and I lost all my momentum given the track.
Yes.
And then I ended up having to stop because the lad, the car was opening the gate. And then when I started again, I was the same side of his bike. So then I had to go over the other, the middle bit of the track, go over.
Oh, yeah.
No momentum, nothing at all. And I started kangarooing. I was like, the bike's doing this. And then, I proper wheelie straight to the post. So it's just like, fuck it.
Those middle bits are a killer, aren't they? Even when you think, it looks quite shallow there, I'll just skip over the other side and whoop, back on again.
Yeah. Honestly, it was. What I will say is, I fell off 3 times. It put me off. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I just know now that, like, if you're going off road, or if you're not like me and you're looking at going off road, then you need to start off at something like 125, 250. you gotta, just so you can pick it up, because
Yeah.
that bike, from unfortunately, I don't know we was doing that day. So the day before, I've been out on my bike, filled my tank up like I always do. Excuse me. Fill my tank up. So then, obviously, I'm going off roading with, you know, a 220 kilogram bike plus 30 litres of fuel as well. You know what I mean? You know, you're just like, and the first time I crashed, we, you know, I couldn't lift it up. We ended up both lifting it up. We couldn't lift it up. But yeah, it's but for my skill set, I need a lighter bike so I can get my skill set to a point where I can take that. Yeah, it's going to be a whole new challenge taking that, but at least you've got a base skill set straight off the bat. But yeah,
I think lighter bikes are always much more fun for that anyway. But...
Having said that, mate, on the WhatsApp group that I'm with is Steve and Jeff. Jeff shared a video today of this guy on this Lex motor on a bike. He's going up.
I'll send that to you later.
This bit of a rutted road, and he drops the bike 3 times, and the amount, the air turned blue, the amount of swearing. The guy's chain kept falling off. He was putting the chain back on with his hands because clearly he had never adjusted his chain. It was so loose, and he kept like, "Why is it not going forward?" Oh, the chain's falling off again, and we're like, "Oh, mate!" I was rolling with laughter. It was so hilarious.
It's Frank Spencer, I think. Yeah, it was brilliant. I'll send you that later.
Yeah, like I say, like when I fell off, at no point at all was I like. I have one moment where I basically lost all confidence, basically, and I'm on this track, and I'm just going down this track like this, and I stop, and I'm just like, this is out of my comfort zone. This is I'm in a predicament now where I've got to go forward. I turn around and go back. I've got to carry on to the point where, you know, it's going to end, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just ace. It was just ace. But like I say, you know, for my skill set, I need to get a base skill set straight off the bat, because, like I said to him, you know, it's all right to stand up, but how do you stand up properly? Do you know what I mean? Where do you put how do you ride in the dirt? How do you ride in the mud? How do you ride in the wet? When you're going over like a little river cross, is it better to lean back? Is it better to lean forward? Do you know what I mean? When I raced, everything that he was explaining to me was the complete opposite than what I did when I raced. So I raced, it was keep the bike upright and move your body. Where that he's saying now, keep your body right and you move the bike, let the bike move.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay then. And then, like, for example, it's all front end braking. You know, the first time I crashed because I hit my front brake because I panicked. And he said, you try not to use your front brake, use your back brake. You know, so you know, all these faculties are stuff that is completely opposite to how I've rode in the past.
Yeah.
And that's
off-road riding is completely different to road riding, isn't it? It's a completely different thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
With off-road, you want to get all the weight on the front and let the back end do what it wants to do, really. And you just got to kind of guide the back end.
Depends if you're going uphill or downhill, but yeah.
To a level, yeah. But it is different. And it's funny when you go off-road and you have a real good workout like I did at the Day 4 Adventure Centre, and you get back on the road and you think, bloody hell, this is a piece of cake. This tarmac stuff. It's a good feeling because you just think, it gives you a bit of a, it sets the bar high, but if you're chasing that bar, I think it does you good mentally to, to get better at it, because you kind of, you're facing your fears, aren't you? You stood up on the pegs.
You're challenging yourself. You're learning something new. You're trying something. You're doing something that's difficult, but when it gives you that sense of achievement when you master it. So anything that's worthwhile doing is hard, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like so riding off road or giving up drink for 100 days or whatever it is. It's worthwhile because it's difficult, because you're challenging yourself and you get that sense of achievement when you get there.
Yes, absolutely.
And like I say, you know, if I'd have come off there and said, you know, that's me done. I don't like that. I wouldn't have done it. I you know, now I'm looking, you know, a cheap bike that I can have for 2 years to kind of gauge myself and get myself set up so that I can ride that GS off road to a point where, you know, I don't feel like absolute shit scared of going around corners. Because, like I say, you know, we did one path and then we dropped into the mud, and the mud was fucking thick, man. It was bad. And then I dropped that bike within about 600 meters, and that just absolutely smashed my confidence, basically. And I was just done then. Do you know what I mean? Because I nearly fell again within about 200 meters. Then I crashed into the fence about 400 meters in there. So no, it was just one of them. I just felt like I got to the. I felt like I was at my limit and I was completely out my comfort zone. And I felt like that.
Yeah.
I've never ridden a bike where I felt so out of control and having no knowledge at all about it. You know what I mean? You watch all these off-road videos and all the rest of it, which would, but to sit there and know that you make comfort zone massively and you don't actually know what you should and shouldn't be doing. It's
yes, and it's true what they say, what you brought up earlier, that speed is your friend, and it really is off-road. But there's a fine line, isn't there? And when you haven't got the experience, you don't know where that speed line is.
No. And it's like with that bike as well, with that BM, obviously it's a big heavy machine. So if I could ride to a capable level, speed is your friend then. You know what I mean? You can, you know, you're skipping over the bumps and everything there. You know, off a lot because I don't know what I was doing. I mean, it was I had to do it because I wanted to do it. But now it's just proving to me that I need to get that, you know, that good baseline skill set straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And then
I can fully see you getting the bug, Brian. Give it a couple of years, mate. You'll be flying around all over the place.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Yeah. But hopefully on the bike, not off the bike.
It's just it's the completely wrong bike that you're trying to learn to do it on, really.
Agreed. Yeah.
It's just completely wrong bike. Did you have off-road tires on?
Well, I've got them 50s on. I've got them Trail Max rides on. You know, I suppose for a bit of dirt and you know, a bit of shale and stuff like that, the good tires. But when I met up with him, mate, and his tires were, mate, there was massive. You know what I mean? The tread on them was massive, and he literally, mate. Sometimes on there, like he's absolute shit scared. He's coming past me, mate, on his back wheel. He's just like, you absolute twat. You know what I mean? It was absolutely brilliant. But yeah,
what bike did he have?
He had he was on a KTM 890.
Right.
But mate, he could ride that. He could ride that, honestly. And he was doing it off. I felt really bad. He was shooting off ahead to open up the gate, so I could literally just roll through the gates. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I felt really like when we stopped to bought him dinner and a brew and everything. He was like, I got to do this. I was like, I have, mate. I said, it's really bad. Do you know what I mean? You've literally held me hand for the last 2.5 hours off-roading. Do you know what I mean? But,
how about you, Lee? Because you went out with hippo drones, didn't you, that time? And you got the right bike for it. You haven't really done too much more. I guess you're busy doing other stuff, are you? Hello?
Sorry? Who?
Noob.
You've got the right bike to do.
Sorry, no, I spaced out there. Sorry, apologies.
That's all right. You went off-road with hippo drones that time. You got the right bike to go off-road, but you haven't done much more. Is there any reason for that or just time?
Just time. I've got a mate who lives nearby who knows some of the lanes here and closer to me in Essex. He's got a CRF, but we just never kind of managed to sync up. I definitely want to do it. Probably try again this year, but you know, I think it's time to change the tires on the Himalayan anyway. and I'm looking to get something like a 50/50. So I was watching a few videos today, start doing some research and get some better tires for it. Because the
Are you on the Seat one
the
still?
ones that come on the bike, yeah, I'm on the OEM tires. They haven't done a lot of miles.
Shit,
and still got a lot of. They're really good for the road. I mean, I was out last weekend and it was like very greasy and stuff, but they were great on tarmac, no problem at all. But they wouldn't be good on wet muddy stuff. They were okay when I was out with Hippo, but it was relatively dry. So if it's relatively dry, relatively hard,
get another beer a minute.
they're okay. But as soon as
Stop bragging.
they're not very good for the loose stuff.
Yeah, it was like with them Trail Max rides though. When I was going through the mud, there was almost like a leak by the time I'd got out the mud, because the compound on the tire. This Carlo I went with, he was licking through. Do you know what I mean? And I was getting to the end of it. It probably day out the fact that I was going so fucking slow, but you know, I was getting out by the end of it, and there was just caked in mud, absolutely caked in mud. So I'd definitely have a look at tyres. Definitely, I'd even have a word with like Paul Sparrow or Mark from Leeds or someone like that. You know what I mean? Sort of tyre I'm using as an off-roader, because you do need something a lot better than them. Like I say, I got them Trail Max rides, and you know, I think on shale and dirt and stuff like that, they're a tyre, but you know, as an off-road tyre, I don't know. I ain't got enough knowledge on it, but I just found in the mud the day ended very well.
Because you had proper chunky tyres not that long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the Mavons.
Uh-huh.
So that was a really good tyre. The Mavons was.
Yeah, that would have been better for
it. Pete English use them. Tyres I've got at the moment supposed to be I think they're a 60/40 tyre, supposedly. But to be honest, like I say, it was probably the main reason was probably I was riding too slow. You know what I mean? That was probably the main reason. It was just clogging it all up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Andy saying there, did you damage the bike? I got a few scratches, mate, but nothing major. I was crashing at fucking 8 miles an hour.
I have to say, those GS 1250s, they crash very well, because Epic Motorcycle Adventures down here, when we done a trials place called Angel Steps with Ken Brooks, he might be in out there. He dropped his loads of times, and we were riding on slate, and slate is the pits. It is the worst thing to ride on, because it's just a slick, you know, it just slidey as hell. And he dropped it loads of times, but they seem to land in the right place.
So they got like training wheels, right, with crash bars, so they don't fall very far.
Yeah, no, well, to be honest, there's something to be said for that, isn't there?
Well, it's coming up actually later this month. We do the courses that we do for the IM. There's a bit where we lay a bike down to show people how to pick it up properly. And the guy that used to do it, used to have a GS. So he always used to lay his GS down, obviously on a bit of grass or on a bit of mattress or something, so he didn't damage it. And then he'd show everybody how to pick it up and put it back up again. Then he switched to a Multistrada, and he did the same thing with the Multistrada. And he told me afterwards, says that Multistrada felt so much heavier than the GS because all the weight's up top. Yeah. Whereas with the GS, because the Boxer, the weight's down low, and it doesn't fall as far because you've got the engine there keeping the angle high.
Exactly.
So you have much more leverage. It's like the Multistrada was so much harder to pick up than the GS.
It goes right over though, doesn't it? The Multistrada straight onto the handlebars. Yeah. And on the GS, you're going onto the crash bars by the boxes. You're at 45 degrees or just over 45 degrees. Yeah. That was the problem with. Okay, mate, that's no problem. That's a problem I had with the Harley Davidson. Forget the grass and all that. The other off-road stuff that I'd done with it. If it went over, if a GS went over, I'm pretty sure I could pick it up. Forget it. If it's a Pan America, forget it. It was just no chance. And I was that's why I had the problems with the grass. You know, just wasn't biting.
Yeah, it's blame the bike.
I mean,
every time.
You know, if I lay there, so there I've got the bag Where am I? Here, I've got the bags, the low mo
Oh
bags.
yeah.
Yeah. So I left them on purposely, so that if it did, well, not if it did, when it did, it just one, it protected the bike a little bit, and two, it was that extra, 6 inches off the floor that you could actually pick it up easier. But they help massively. They help, but then I fell off the second time. It was because the bag got caught on the side of the trail.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. And that was the reason why I crashed the second time. But
yeah,
it is what it is. Horses for course, But yeah, my bike's been on the side fucking a lot now, a hell of a lot. But,
yeah,
that's what they're made for. They're meant to be going around the world. But
yeah, I saw you saying about the tires just now, and when I went to the ABR, obviously I've done lots of. I mean, it's not heavy off road, is it? Let's face it. It's just some of it is quite heavy, but it's quite easy stuff. But the the Fantic, that's what it's called, the Fantic 250 that I rode there. It's so highly spec for $5,500. You got proper knobbly tires, proper pegs and suspension and all that. And that, whatever you done, it just dug into the grass and just went round every time. Yet the Himalayan 450, all you're doing around the track is just spinning up the back wheel all the time. And you can hear it on my video, actually. It's just spinning all the time. And that's why Matt, my mate, he went out on the recent saddlebags ride. I think that's why he come off. He hit a slippery bit, and I spanned my wheels up on the 350, let alone a 450, which is twice as fast as mine.
Yeah,
and that's why he come off. And I think it's wrong that they're sending people out on the track without proper tires. It's just asking for it.
Yeah, that's a little bit out of order, really. That do you know what I mean? If at the end of the day, it's ABR festival, it's an adventure bike rider festival, and you need to at least give the people going out on the bikes a fighting chance.
yeah. Hello, Pezza.
Yeah, he's just saying that I've actually been looking at them GS 650s. The only reason why I looked at them was if you there's a lad who I ride with, Brumtown Rider. So he's got the Dakar one, and it said the petrol tank's underneath the seat, and the distribution's really good on it for off-roading. So
yeah,
maybe something to look into.
Proper road school.
Yeah. So right then,
Graham, what did you ride before? Oh, sorry, one more.
No, carry on.
I was just wondering, Graham, what bike did you have before you had the GS?
A V-Strom 650.
Oh yeah, they're good, aren't they?
That was a good bike, aye. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bit more power now you got. Yeah.
Aye, they're not very power. Well, the power's okay. Not really in the same league as a GS for going off road. It's only got a 19-inch front wheel. It's not got the 21. But yeah, I just wanted a GS, so
yeah, fair play.
We got rid of.
Turned out all right.
Yeah.
You found that quite uncomfortable, though, that Suzuki?
It was after a couple of hours. It was pretty uncomfortable. You're a bit more cramped on it, your legs, and it's just a smaller bike, basically.
Yeah. The pegs are a little bit higher up, aren't they?
Yeah,
you definitely notice that on the
Yeah. The 850 GS is much more comfortable, just because it's a slightly bigger bike. It's a bit higher off the ground as well, I suppose. So, not that I do much off road. I do some forestry commission roads, but they're just compacted.
I have to say, I prefer the 850 GS and the 900. I didn't really get on with the new 900.
No.
It's the same similar setup, but it's just, it's a bit like the 1250 to the 1300. It feels that sort of change, and I didn't really click with it, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 1300 a lot more road orientated.
Yeah.
I took one out, and I really liked it for the road. I didn't think I was going to like a GS. but I took the 1300 out and I really liked it. It looks big when you're approaching it, but once you sit on it, it doesn't actually feel very big.
Mm.
It feels much smaller than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. It's great for the road though. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's they made it much more road oriented, because I think that's the reality. Is the majority of people who are getting GSs, they're just going on the road. They're going cross continent. They're touring on tarmac. They're not.
Yeah,
They're not going cross. They're not going cross country.
they're really just touring bikes. They're not really off-road bikes, really, unless you're a professional or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, they are fantastic bikes because they can do a lot of different stuff, right? And that's what they are. They're really great. The shaft, the engine's great. The stable.
Yeah.
So
I'd still have an RT myself. I've always my favorite bike is an RT. You know, that's just me.
Well, aren't we blessed with all the choice of motorcycles that we can have? You know.
Oh yeah. Plenty out there. Yeah, it's definitely plenty of choice now, isn't there?
No, 100%.
See you tomorrow. I'll focus on.
But yeah, hopefully you'll get a go on the RT. It's one of those rides which I had, and I'd never forget it. It blew my mind how just everything about it, the way that it handled and the screen on the front. You know, you get no blast at all, yet you still feel like you're outside. Great power, just so comfortable. You know, you had everything going for it. You know, for such a big heavy bike, it handled like a dream.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I enjoy taking out bikes and doing reviews. It's just like I haven't got the time. There's too much of the stuff going on, you know.
Yeah.
That ain't something that I'll go in with you. I don't know. I ain't got the terminology to sit there and try and explain stuff. Like I watch Stevie on some of his sometimes, and I'm like, fair play to you, mate. I won't have a clue how to explain that or tell somebody how he feels or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
it's just one of them things that you do it, don't you? You pick it up along the way. You know, no one starts out being able to do it, and you just get used. You find your own rhythm, find your own format, and then off you go. But
I thought I said this to you a couple of days ago, but you know that CBR 600 review that you did was the bee's knees, mate. It was really good because you even explained the e-clutch stuff. It was fantastic. You did the demo. You had you obviously had somebody to kind of film you from with a rearward facing camera. Because the way you started it, even from the start, you're like somebody's riding along, and all of a sudden they go past you, and you pull out, and you go, "Hello." And it was like, "Oh, fucking hell!" He's really pulled out the stops on this one.
To be honest, mate, it's a Honda. You know what I mean? And I pull out the stops for them, and I live for those shots. That first sort of 20 seconds and the bit at the end. That is why I do YouTube. I love getting those shots, and when I pull it off and I'm watching it back on the MP4 of what's come off the camera, I'm punching the sky, mate.
it was top notch, mate. It really was.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
you know me. If I thought you were shy, I'd tell you.
You would.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. I've to be honest, I've got another 3 that are coming up like that. I haven't even looked into editing them yet because I look at the files and I think, oh, I can't face it. I need a day off to sort of get into the swing of it, really. But yeah, it's very kind of you. Sorry about my cough. Yeah.
Right then, lads, we've been on an hour and minutes, so we're not rolling it, knocking it on the air. Because my sister will be up.
I just want to say again, well, kudos to you for doing the challenge, and you know, I really support it. And I really wish you all the best, and I think it's gonna be challenging, but you know, I hope you succeed.
Yeah. Because it's just I feel like I need to do it. I think that's the difference. Is you know, like when I smoked, you know what I mean. Unless you want to stop smoking, you won't stop smoking. You can try all you want.
That's the thing. You can get older people kind of going at you, right, and telling you this, that, and the other. But if you want change has come from inside you, and it is coming from inside you, you want to do it, then you will do it.
Yeah, 100%. So thanks. And just on whilst we've got a few people on as well, I just want to thank everybody as well who's messaged me and text me and drop comments on a couple of the videos which are a bit raw. Just talking about my feelings, my emotions, and just how I feel basically with what's going on, over the last 4 or 5 months in my life. So I just want to thank everybody as well for reaching out and just all the nice comments as well, and just giving me nice comments, advice, and have a look at these, try doing that, and other people saying, I've had quite a few comments saying I've never said this before, but that's how I feel. Do you know what I mean? So it's really good. I just really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you, honestly. So I'm just going to run through now. If you can see anybody I've missed out off this list, then just give them a shout up. So we've had Ray's Moto Life, John Lownut, Ballatron, White Rock Rider, Paul Sprout, Blake's Pipes. I didn't see him rock up. Flat Cap Racer also come up. Real Riders podcast. If you're into your podcasts, especially you, Stevie, listen to the Real Riders podcast. That's a really good podcast. That is.
Okay, I've not heard of them.
No, it's the good podcasts. And I haven't had a drink. I'm drinking coffee. John Pell, Touch 29, Andy GSA Tractor, Zed, Robert Monroe, Lumpy Carbs. I absolutely love that name, Lumpy Carbs. Yeah. Ken Brooks, Stevie, the other Stevie, the military biker as well. Let's go down here.
Crazy Legs
was in as well, yeah. Paul Egan as well was in. John
Peter
Pell,
Starr.
yeah. BK's Bikes as well.
Moto.
Yeah.
GB Patriot,
Glenn Olivenshaw, I think it's you pronounce it. If I pronounce that wrong, I do apologise. Who else is
the Contented Biker. Hello, mate. Met him at ABR. Awesome bloke.
Buster Adventure Bike Rider as well. Sorry, Des Miller, he jumped in. Andy Harrop, all come in. GP Patron, I think he is. Fentua, I've seen Fentua. My favourite people from Australia are Kazamoto. So check out their channel. I'm good guys as well. Pezza at the end as well. Yeah. Rise Motor Life. I don't know if I said him already.
Cornish Motorcycle Diaries. Hello, Andy. And Robert Monroe.
Yeah, Robert Monroe. Racing Cornish Motor. Have they just jumped in today? Paul Egan. Yeah. So anyway, it's been absolutely fantastic. Got through 2024 eventually, but fresh start for 2025, and genuinely I hope it's prosperous for everybody, and you've got a vision and you can go and do it and deliver it.
Well, the weather's been shite so far.
Yeah, it's
not moaning.
It don't count.
It's not moaning, it's a statement of fact.
It's only been one day.
Yeah,
but
leave it alone.
Are you challenging the fact that you're saying this has been a great day?
It's having a bad day, has it? You've come on my life, so having a bad day.
To be honest, it's the best part of the day, definitely.
I'm probably going to be out. I'm probably going to be out on the bike tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. I'm just going to my business partner's house, but being out on the bike beats anything else.
Yeah, totally. My next day is Friday, so I think I'm going to go to Ellen Valley on Friday. So. Right then,
that's
guys.
Beautiful.
Right then,
That's
guys.
Beautiful there.
Have a good New Year.
Right, cheers.
Stick to your plans, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, Walkers.